Hello everyone, I'm your host MrElephant. Welcome to another Line of Heroes tournament game / stream. We're going to begin by playing a set between the Megalomaniacs and the Forever Knights. In case you're wondering who the Megalomaniacs are, they include several different AI, including Brightspark, Bolt, the SuperVillain, and Turbine, versus the General, Arabian Knight, BlackKnight, and Garyou. So, first we must run who between the Soldier, Squire, Captain, and Sergeant will be fighting with each other. So we're going to begin by going over to our random team generator. So, Captain and Sergeant and Soldier and Squire. I'm going to refresh that just in case for next time. So Captain and Sergeant and Soldier and Squire. So we're going to go back to our brackets here. Let's go ahead and share the other screen for a moment. Okay. So Captain and Sergeant, that will be Bright and Spark and Bolt. And the General and Arabian Knight. Hello, Rondi. Can I spell? Spelling hasn't improved since I last saw you guys. Okay, so Brightspark, Byzantine, Bolt, Vietnamese. The General, Franks. Arabian Knight, Sarts. So it's been a week since we've seen each other here in the Line of Heroes tournaments. We've had to take a short break during a very busy period of time, and this week is still fairly busy. I do not know if I will be able to make it tomorrow. It will depend on whether I can make it out of the meeting with the boss. You don't want to miss those meetings with your boss. Your boss's boss. We'll have to see. Definitely going to be a semi-stressful week. Definitely a lot of changes taking place. my schedule. So 2 of Bandit's AIs on the same team. Now originally he was pretty excited about that, but then the Megalomaniacs didn't win a single game inside the first round. Maybe this will be different. Maybe they'll make a comeback here. He could. So after this, we'll probably go on to some sort of random game inside the second set of AIs. So that will be Group B, and that's Shadow Inquisitors, Goddess of War, Doomsday Party, and the Berry Gatherers. Maybe we can watch the Shadow play. He's in kind of the same boat as the Megalomaniacs right now. They haven't won a single set, a single game yet, so pretty far down. But maybe they can make a comeback. They're so close, Arandi, with the with your team. With the Corona cocktail, it was 4-4-4 there. If only Corona cocktail had one more game, it would have been. You would have potentially qualified for the next set. Oh, you haven't watched the third set. Oh, spoilers ahead. Sorry about that. I figured that you had watched it by now. So other than this new schedule type of thing that I'm working on, and thinking about, was working on the AI converter this past week as well, in the limited time that I had. There's some new updates there that I'm going to release soon. Well, someone better release the VOD, because I actually don't have the ability of saving recordings, so if there isn't an individual who's actually saving the recordings out there, they could get lost. So I figured that somebody will be going inside Twitch and save those down. I thought I saw some that were missing, because they hadn't been saved. But I only spent a little time looking because I was looking for an earlier fight with BlackKnight and Garyou. I was actually looking for that one earlier and I couldn't find it on Twitch, so I had to actually go back to the recording. So I'm hoping that those VODs are actually being saved down. be sad if we lost recordings from the tournament because of all that effort that has gone into actually, you know, running and streaming. I don't want to lose the work that's gone into it. Arabian Knight's having a tough day. Bright Spark's already on his back. Arabian Knight researching Castle Age. Let's go take a look at Bright Spark to see what he's doing over inside his base. Nothing too much going on there. Too much going on in Bolt's base either. But he is putting up a couple of towers which are already going inside the general's direction. Let's go back to Arabian Knight's base because that's where the attacks are kind of occurring. Now, Arabian Knight is an AOC AI, so he does delete those buildings fairly quickly. If he can get a knight out, maybe he can start cleaning things up. If he can't, then he's going to be toast. That Rondi. So it doesn't look like much farming is going on right now. And Arabian Knight does want that gold. He needs a little bit to produce at least one knight. If he can get one knight out, maybe he can clean things up. Let's go see what the general is doing. He's inside Castle Age. Oh, he just tower rushed around it. But it's not very effective at the moment. The general's going to just knock those things down with the battering ram. Yeah, it's fairly nice to see with those early battering rams. I think Leif said that that was something that you worked on. Are going down. Let's go see what Bolton's doing over there. He is researching Castle Age. Towers weren't effective. Going for the armor upgrade here. First stage, of course. Arabian Knight laying the team down. Another tower from Bolt. I don't think that's going to be very effective. But what is the general doing? I saw these knights on the move, I lost track of where they went. Is that them? Oh, they went back. Some of those villagers are attacking the towers. Looks like Bolt is going to sacrifice some of his villagers. Channel is going straight for the TC of Bolt. Bolt is going to attempt to build a castle, but I don't think that's going up anytime soon. This is going to be a battle between captains in the end here. Great Spark versus the General. Now, Bolt did get up a kind of a market over here, so it hasn't gone down. Oh, interesting. Is the General going to go knock it down because he doesn't want to see that team play? Oh no, he's not going to be hard to destroy. Bummer. Second stage armor up for the General. Let's go check on Brightspark. What is he doing over here? He is researching pikemen. Oh, he has research pikemen. He's starting to get out some of those units. He does have at least 12 infantry. They're guarding that battering ram. Researching atonement. He has a couple of monks. Perhaps he's going to go for some conversions onto the buildings. No, that's going to be converting other monks. Sorry. Back to see what the General's doing over here. The General's kind of booming. His military population is fairly small right now, but he does have a fairly large eco already at 88 villagers. Let's compare that to Brightspark at 62 villagers. Getting second stage armor for infantry. Arabian Knight has been knocked out. General It is training a couple of priests, so we may see some priests from Brightspark converting the general's priests. Potentially. Now, those battering rams better be careful. But the general doesn't have a whole lot of knights he can spare into his Titan. He doesn't have any castles either. It's going to be a tricky battle. And ooh. These battering rams are really powerful, especially when battering rams absolutely need to go down. Soldiers blocking some of the battering rams, and other battering rams are defending the last TC here. Is it the last TC? Let's. Oh no, he's got at least 3. So the main TC, I guess. That's the wording. It is being kind of greedy, going up into Imperial. While under heavy attack by Brightspark. That's a risky play right there. I don't know if he's going to be able to get up that castle. Especially when there's so many units currently attacking. It's vitally important it does go up, but so much military targeting, not enough villagers. Oh no, now it just needs to be cancelled. Brightspark now has the higher score. Like the wrong unit choice is being produced by the general. He is going for Cavalier. Bolt is alive, but he's only has 17 villagers. Long recovery process would be needed before he can start playing again. Now Brightspark appears to be retreating. Let's see what he's currently researching Imperial Age. Let's go look at his town, because I'm sure Bandit would want to see what his people are up to over here. Now look at all those. Look at all those monasteries. 6 monasteries? Looks like an anti-knight strategy. Perhaps he was choosing this just fight against the general. Anti-knight strategy. hitting the general where he's weakest. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Danger's monk's killed. Uh-oh, more camels on the way. I'm going for pikemen. Should be a little late. Oh, he really needs that castle. If only he could go up a little bit faster. Oh no. They pushed the general back into his town. But I don't know if they're going to be able to hold that. There are a lot, well, several pikemen coming out here. Price Park is retreating. Trebuchet coming in. Price Park is protecting the Trebuchet. He wants to protect that siege. He's going to need more than that to take down the general. So let's go ahead and see what he's up to. Is researching chemistry. Still going for those priests. It's odd mass priest strategy. Really haven't seen it this from Bright Sparks before. Getting into the realm of where the general likes to be, and AIs don't really like when the general is feeling comfortable. So this is going to be a problem for Bright Spark if he doesn't finish off the general soon. And as Ronnie said, this is 90 versus 135, so there is a large difference in villagers here. I mean, this is Bolt is still alive, as Rondi was curious about, but he's not really alive. He's just kind of faking it, fake it to make it type of thing. So after this fight, you will have SuperVillain and Turbine versus BlackKnight and Garyou. a lot more halberdiers are going to be needed from the general to be able to defeat those heavy camels. Ooh, look at all those priests. Time for heresy to come forth before the general. It's an expensive research, but it is definitely needed in this type of situation. Do not be allowing the enemy to use your own units against you. A lot of trash coming out from the general. Let's go check on Brightspark. Now he's getting that two-man saw upgrade for the lumber. He's also getting the extra handcart upgrade here. So that's going to be helpful for the eco. Now score-wise, Brightspark is starting to creep up on the general again. They're not too far apart. It could go either way here. Brightspark likes to retreat back to its base after he feels like he's being pushed to his limit. And he is at 101 bills, and he's pop capped here. Researching arrow slits. Brightspark researching Paladin. Not even the general has Paladin yet. Check on Brightspark's population to see. He's gone down to 72 villagers here. So did he delete some of his own villagers? I didn't see where his own villagers actually got. Let's do a relic count and see how many relics everyone has. Looks like Brightspark has 2 relics. General has 2 relics. Math isn't working. 2 doesn't equal 5. Brightspark is almost passive-aggressive inside this fight. He attacks and retreats, and then pushes a little bit more, and then goes back again. Heresy coming out for the general. Is it too late for that? If Brightspark can detect if Heresy is a resource for the opponent. And if so, then push with the camels more aggressively. He is trying to rebuild, but he only has 13 build here. Oh, bombard cannons coming out for Brightspark. Brightspark says he has some spare gold, over 1,000 gold. General killing Bolt again. Paladin's out for Brightspark. The general is still with Cavalier. This is a problem that the general did not take care of that market that we were talking about earlier. Goodbye, castle. Why would you say that you missed the first game, Esty? This is still the first game. Doing his usual thing and hiding the army and get back in his base. He's raising his villager numbers again. Trying to build a castle inside his allies' base, but villagers are being killed by the throwing axemen. Uh-oh. Could this be a... No. Iceberg is sending more of its troops in. Retreating again. Iceberg really doesn't know if he wants to attack or if he wants to retreat. Very protective of the siege equipment. Maybe too protective of it. So this is a good point to bring up during our middle of the fight sequence here. If you're interested in checking out other custom scripts, please check out the Discord located at the bottom of your screen here in red. We have a lot of custom scripts on the AI Scripters website and the Discord. These are fully automated players that you're seeing on your screen if you have not witnessed the AIs playing Age of Empires 2 before, so no players are actually human here. If you're interested in creating your own AIs, we have custom tutorials for you to learn, so please check the links out below. These throwing axemen, these must have been converted a long time ago at this point. They're somehow still alive because Breakford keeps on retreating them back. It's strange to see them still alive here. So So this is still a long-standing army that Brightspark has had. And he's afraid about losing. And if you've noticed, his villager numbers are still decreasing. So his army is actually getting weaker here, relying on what the general feeds him. That's what's so scary about those priests. Let's go check out the general and see what he's up to. Now he's not doing too great himself. He's been weakened by Brightspark in this continual fight. It looks like this might be the final push here from Brightspark. If he doesn't get it, this is going to be over for him. Because the general could reboom. So he's hoping that this is going to be it. I don't know if that's enough troops to get him through these tough times. Strange that the general is not going for Cavalier. Is he afraid of those Paladin? He's creating unique units. Now he's creating some. Check on Brightspark again, see what he's up to. He's at 58 villagers at this point. He's creating some more trade cards. So he must have at least, or around, 20 trade cards. But I do not see any of them. Those are minors. They must be minors somewhere. Down here. Brightspark is going for. It's barely noticeable on the map. This must be the last gold source. Is there a row right here? No. The trading is going to become important. Does the Arabian Knight have that market? He does not, so the general absolutely needs to take down that market. It was vital for him to do that. Looks like the general is increasing his TSA. Another castle goes up. That castle has a lot of hit points on it. There's still no paladin upgrade for the general. excited now at this point. Oh, 0 pop for a bright card. Let's go ahead and call this. This is over. Okay. Good job to the General and Bright Spark. Both the eyes did a great job. Let's go ahead and update the scores. Game number 2. So, for Team Megalomaniacs, we have the SuperVillain and Turbine. Where did Turbine go? There he is. For the other team, we have BlackKnight and Garyou. To change the civs. So the SuperVillain plays Sicilian and Sicilian. Turbine plays Koreans. BlackKnight plays Tunes. Garyou plays Chinese. Don't know why I had to look at that. Okay. So on that note, we can begin. SuperVillain is on the same side as BlackKnight. I'm sure BlackKnight is not happy about that. And Turbine is on the same side as Garyou, which that would be a pretty even fight. I might say it might be more on Turbine's favor. but maybe not. Some AIs are kind of like a snake that like to wrap around themselves and kind of squeeze the enemy AI slowly to death, kind of like SuperVillain and kind of like Bright Spark, where they kind of surround them slowly, get those infantry around there and keep on circling around the base until there's nothing left. And they go into the next AI. We've seen a lot of that lately. Soon, Chinese won't be inside the game anymore. Bye, Rondi. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice evening. Up inside People Age. Already starting with the Spearman, the Archery Range, and Blacksmith up. BlackKnight going up into Feudal Age. Garyou has not started yet, and Turbine has started researching Feudal Age 2. Vitally important that SuperVillain and SuperVillain and Turbine win this fight, which they should be able to do. There's no excuse. Turbine is going up into fetal age. He's close to making it. BlackKnight's being stupid and producing militiamen without going with man at arms. Getting some of those armor upgrades. Uh-oh. Villain is going for Garyou. Now Garyou's not going to be happy about that, but this might be more advantageous for this team. Uh-oh, we've got a problem with SuperVillain again, being stuck behind the trees. And arms. Something's weird going on with SuperVillain. Being weird. It's going back and then going forth. Seems to be preoccupied with the scout. Strange. Now he's going back for now he's going back for Garyou again. What is he doing? A lot of troops right there. Weird tower. It's almost like SuperVillain wants to find BlackKnight because he knows there should be, in theory, another AI, so he keeps on aiming it kind of like over in this direction. Then he switches his focus. No farms out for SuperVillain. SuperVillain immediately changes his focus after he finds BlackKnight. Let's see what BlackKnight's up to over here. He has not started on the Castaway Age research yet. Board tower is inside SuperVillain's base. like a big old feudal war is going on. Let's go see what Turbine's doing. He might be up to something interesting over here. He has the most... He'll be the most interesting player since he was able to go up uninterrupted. So, it might be the most scary too. Upgrades. What the other team is up to. Looks like BlackKnight is close to researching the next age. Garyou is also creating a whole feudal army. It's almost snack time over here, guys. I've recently rediscovered the Hostess menu muffins, and I have to snack on them. The most choicest snack for me from a healthy elephant. I'm semi-addicted to them right now. BlackKnight's almost up into castle. Let's see what Turbine's up to. What's this? He only has 7 military. What is he up to? He has had a crazy amount of time to do whatever he wanted to do. So what is he doing? Does he just want BlackKnight to come in and smash him, or what? Very unlike Turbine. BlackKnight still only has one TC, playing off one TC at the moment, which is very unlike him too. So what is he up to? Strange game. The eyes are acting very unpredictable. Should have at least seen 2 TCs by BlackKnight at this point. There goes the second TC somewhere. Where did that go? Oh, stupid son of a gun. Turbine is producing a ton of war wagons, so he has decided to step up his game and create some army that could actually significantly hurt the enemy. He might go up into Imperial. That would be a pain. Decided to stick with some more army. It's starting to look a little bit scary. What Garyou decided that he's wanting. He's just delaying. The castle would be helpful if it went up, and I think it might. Turbine is researching Imperial. Going for another TC. He has several castles at this point. Garyou doesn't really know how to play against war wagons. Since he's an AOKAI, these strange inventions of a futuristic era. He doesn't know what to do with them. Very futuristic invention. War wagon. Kind of scary. Garyou was able to get up one castle. Back to the base, he might get up. It would be a waste if he did that. Whatever that is. Now this might be helpful. We might be able to do that. Maybe not. Power just went down. And helped maybe 3 minutes ago. Well, Turbine being a little bit greedy. Going for that. Opposite. But I guess what is going to be important here is who will go for that house. They're not going to go for the market. They're more likely to do. That's not good. fight between BlackKnight and Turbine here. Not good. AI Castle versus AI Imperial. I guess Turbine did not want to see his ally being attacked. Good, good job. Oh, Garyou, don't resign, buddy. You're killing me here. All right, let's see how this plays out. Good for BlackKnight. Great, Cavalier 2. Cards coming out for Turbine. Good news is that the market is still up for Garyou. Too bad he wasn't able to get that other castle up, but that's great. Another castle going up for BlackKnight. Castle will be helpful. Another castle going up for Turbine. That's pretty decent situation over here. Going to tower rush with a keep onto. He does have two-handed swordsmen, so things are looking good for BlackKnight. Oh well, for Turbine. BlackKnight is researching Imperial. The question is, can he get himself set up? Setback he's got himself into. keeps coming out. You don't want to get hit by one of those stupid things. These are dangerous. Unfortunately, goths don't have keeps. I wanted to include keeps inside. Oh, they can take out a whole chunk knife in one shot. Oh, that's so painful to see. It isn't too late for BlackKnight to make a recovery here. Keeps are really deadly. Absolutely need siege to take those things down. Helps when your trebuchet can't hit the target. Don't waste the front knights on these guys. I'm not biased, by the way, that's what I always have said. I heard a monk. I heard a monk. Oh, front knight converted. Seem like Bowen has any resigned rules. No one likes being converted. Conversions are evil. Two-handed swordsmen may be coming out for BlackKnight here, and conscription. So getting some of those eco upgrades. Looks like Turbine has decided to go trash with some Arbalests mixed units. That's what I can say. Oh, the castles are bad. thing never hurts. Some stuff sticks, some stuff doesn't stick. Turbine has all the rocks. Check on that. Where is the monster? I'm pretty sure he goes. Where is that stupid monster? There it is. Uh-oh. Got raw cord on it. Guy who likes stealing all the rocks for himself, not sharing. How dare he not share the rocks? Another castle going up for Turbine. Going for the attack again. Mine seems fairly small in comparison though. Like if these ran into a castle, I could see them going down. But he does have all the rocks, and BlackKnight's using trash. So where is that castle going up? Okay, the castle over there. The castle never hurts. Doesn't look like Garyou got murdered before he died. Not fairly long games today so far. I don't know if we're going to get through a second side. Turbine's doing a really good job at pushing, and with those rocks, he's able to get this bombarding units up there. It's going to be a real pain to deal with. I don't know if it's possible for BlackKnight to make a recovery. I don't think it is. Look at that score difference, 27,000 to 13,000. This is over. Let's speed this up. castle coming in from Turbine. Really annoying. Oh, castle denied. That's perfect. Oh. Huge wave from Turbine coming in. Overall, but I think it's already pretty much decided who's going to do this overall. After it's very difficult to get out of that situation. That siege onagers. focused on the person who's alive. That Turbine's doing over here. What is this mysterious plan? Mysterious plan is to rack up as much gold as you can. It's got like the infinite resource cheat going on. Except it's legal. It's legal! Work for a single shot against Tsujikaze. One pass well. 4 in the front. Large army. Turbine should have been. Soldier. I think this is close to there's a fault in BlackKnight with his training of his villagers. And I completely figured it out that I was what's supposed to happen is he's supposed to. I'm not going to spoil it. It's right. But I do not see recovery being possible for him at this point. Good night, Esty. Okay, folks, let's call it. No point. But good job, Turbine. That was excellent play. Even though I'm hard on BlackKnight, I think that he played well too. Holy crap! Look at all those. That relic gold. 15,000. That's a lot of gold. Okay, guys, let's do the 4v4. Now, with the 2v2s, I mean, being as long as they were, how are we ever going to make it through the 4v4? So, I'm going to refresh this before I do it again. Rerun. Pocket 2, then Pocket 1. Okay. 2, then Pocket 1. Your players. We need to update score. Let's do that first. We have Bright Spark. Bolt. The SuperVillain and Turbine. On the other side, we have the General. Arabian Knight. Yep, BlackKnight and Garyou. Sieves. Bright Spark Viking. Bolt. Italian. SuperVillain. Goths. Turbine Koreans. Yeah. He can play other civs, so I'm not understanding that. On the other side, we have the General with Persians. Sarsen for Arabian Knight. BlackKnight has these two ones I don't in Chinese for okay. We need to change this to 8, and then we said pocket 2, then pocket 1. So let's do our flanks. Flanks first. So our flanks are SuperVillain and Turbine. And pocket 2 and pocket 1. And then for the other side, our flanks are Arabian Knight and Garyou. Pocket 2, pocket 1. You get it right. I said pocket 2, then pocket 1. See, that's not right. Oh, on this one, it's pocket 2, then pocket 1. So pocket 2, then pocket 1. Have you had that right? And on the other side, pocket 2, then pocket 1. Okay, I think you got that right. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I might double check. Okay, let's go for it. So it's 1-1. So something that I've been doing with the AI converter while we're inside the dark stage again is the ability of AOC AIs adding a little bit of user patch to them, and also converting an AOK AI to be able to play AOC and possibly user patch as well. So that's something that I've been working with the converter a little bit. And also it's been a little bit tricky between civs that can play battle elephants versus knights, and those kind of regional units, and flexibility of converted AIs being able to play with those units too. There's some good user patch additions that were made by Norman Duck back in the day, which I've added into cool, kind of interesting with his original tutorial. Wish we had more older users who had some original, hopefully handy user patch tricks. And they do have some good tips and tricks from the there's a user patch thread on the AI Scripter's website for that stuff, but it's a little bit different. So two teams here. We've got the General, Arabian Knight, BlackKnight, Garyou, and we've also got the second team, which is the Megalomaniacs with Brightspark, Wolf, SuperVillain, and Turbine. Now, SuperVillain is probably, I guess, the one that I've been the most surprised of. Because I was thinking that I was going to play a little bit stronger, but Turbine pulled them out of that last game when he kind of rushed into Castle Age and kind of pulled through for the team there. SuperVillain basically just sacrificed himself. Kind of like Arabian Knight did in that first fight. They're just a player that kind of underperformed, but they kind of delayed the opponent so that their ally could kind of boom up and finish the job. So when both teams kind of do this, who's going to win? Let's investigate the players to see what we think. So we've got a rusher up here in front with Arabian Knights. We've got a boomer that can play in feudal as well, but kind of booming as well. Right now he's got 2 militia. Then we've got the super boomer, but also a knight rusher at the same time. I mean, the Jew was an overall great player and very flexible in what he's able to do. So both of those are in pocket, and got Garyou up in front, a feudal rusher. So that's an interesting flank player. Now he's facing down SuperVillain, which inside this tournament he's kind of like a feudal rusher. So I mean, been kind of struggling with that even. So feudal player for sure. Then we've got Bolt in the pocket here. I think he likes the tower rush, kind of inside feudal. He's a little slow getting up in the castle. I don't really consider him to be a really heavy boomer, but perhaps Bandit was thinking that he was to be a little bit more helpful later in the game, even more so than Turbine, which is surprising to me. We've also got Bright Spark in pocket. Now he's really good at those feudal types of games, but he can also play later game. He's kind of flexible. You know. So he likes to do a little bit of everything. And then we have Turbine here, and you know, with AOC AIs that like we saw last game, he's a good at AOC AIs, can do a little bit of everything. Some of them go into specific strategies, like Alliance Thunder with the Knights, and so that's what makes them really good. They kind of they hone in on a specific one strategy that they're pretty good at. It doesn't really happen as much with AOC AIs, but sometimes you see an AI like Turbine who can do things that he's just overall just really good at. So he's just a helpful overall player just to have on the team. So who are we on right now? I think that we're on. No? I guess we were on Arabian Knight, who's already researching Castle Age. He's going fast. Oh no, we're on the general. So, but Arabian Knight is going for Castle Age as well. I don't think those knights are going to do it. Oh, those Man-at-Arms are going to do it. Arabian Knight going into Turbine's territory and building a mining camp over there. Strange. Having two really good boomers in your back really helps if you're inside this type of tournament. You never really know what to expect with an AOK AI in there. They're semi-different than all the rest. They're always neat to see. This one is probably the most special of them all. Garyou. be the member who holds up the team. See what Brightspark's doing. He's acting kind of weird back here. Got the lowest score. We know that he's going to be trying to be sneaky. So we gotta keep a careful eye on what he's going to do. He's playing under the radar right now. He already has 78 villagers, as I'm sure that you guys see. Going to build a castle here. Now, Bolt is doing a good job protecting SuperVillain right now. Doing an A-OK job. No pun intended. But, Bolt is not an A-OK AI, but Garyou is. Two very interesting teams. Very different types of players here. Let's go see what BlackKnight's doing with his sneaky land back here. He doesn't have nearly the number of villagers that Brightspark has. Garyou's maxed out on his 50 bills. He's hoping that the general has an amazing plan to save the day. Let's see how that amazing plan is coming up with the general. The general's working. Let's go back to team number 1 and see what he's up to with Brightspark. Arabian Knight has not gone for the attack, which that surprised me. These castles are deadly from Bolt. Great positioning. He basically defends his forward flank from an attack. Bad teammate. Looks like Garyou's going to be able to hold out before the general. Colt is attacking that forward barracks from Garyou. Oh, interesting. Bright Spark is going for the attack. He thinks he has an advantage. It appears he's going for the attack onto the general. I don't think that's going to work. What could he possibly be planning? It's too early to be going for an attack of this nature. This is a mistake. Cavalier out for the general. Arabian Knight is holding back his attack for some reason. A lot of towers coming up for Turbine. Bolt is completely ignoring Garyou. Consider him to be a threat, I guess. DC appears to be occurring right now. Let's see, I can almost see the game recalculating. Garyou is in trouble. He's got 3 different enemy types inside his base right now. Wow. Knight has not been helpful in this game, except just keeping his units there. Staying still inside the base. There are a lot of castles protecting. SuperVillain right now. Attack online said Bright Spark base. Castle goes down. Bright Spark is inside Imperial. BlackKnight takes Imperial. Attack. He is training researching Cavalier. Knight has now his Cavalier. That forward castle go up from Garyou. Villain makes it to the fairway to check them out over there. attack onto the break card here. It's not looking good for me. Me. And Ola. Hasn't been touched since the other day. So. Anyhow, I am going to now that's very strange because people have been saying that my volume has been pretty loud. So you're kind of like the opposite. I can't get all of you inside the same boat, I guess. My volume's actually pretty high. I'm checking OBS right now. And it's actually pretty high up. So. Now, this game looks like it's close to being over here. Let's speed it up. So we're going to be doing Shadows game with the Shadows team, so I'm glad that you've tuned in. Fireball, we're going to be running one of your games here next. Oh, that's too bad. I don't like when AIs do this. They have their villagers pop in and out like that. Seems really... I don't really like seeing that because AIs have trouble retargeting when... So I think that can be exploited. Yeah, we'll see if I can, I should be able to do it almost every single day this week. I might have difficulty, tomorrow because I have a meeting with my boss's boss, but, see what happens there. We can call this There's one. Look. Mysterious Ford Castle from an AOK. One villager on a solo adventure going forth to place down a humongous castle. Alright, let's go on to the next game. So that is 2 victories for the Forever Knights and 1 victory for the Megalomaniacs.